We're up here with ProShift, who've supplied us the quick shifter and auto blip, which is a down change system that blips the throttle, a bit like when you see a Formula 1 car going down the gears and it goes bum bum bum. This is what this thing does. So we've been setting that up this morning. We're also here with Nitron Shocks, who have supplied us our suspension units for this year and new to the TT basically. And yeah, we're very happy with the way things are going. It's going really well.
So do you have to make many changes today, or is everything run to plan?
Well, I was here last week at Jurby Airfield for a race event, and we made we were out 4 times and we made lots of changes, so we were ahead of the game really. So we've arrived here today and made several changes, and yeah, it's good. We're right down on our lap record pace from a couple of years ago, and we're pretty happy with that. It's Patrick's first time out this year, so blew the cobwebs off him well and truly. And yeah, everything feels good, and we're blessed that the sun has arrived today, because we thought it was going to be wet and windy.
Only 2 weeks to the TT, how do you feel?
Yeah, I feel really good. I mean, I've not got as much track time this year as what I'd like, but no, we've gone out there and we've just about matched the lap record on our standard engines now. So no, I feel really good. Dave's riding brilliant and the bike's handling fantastic, and the Kawasaki, it's just can't fault it one bit. We've got some new suspension on from Nitron, and we've got ProShift quick shifted on, but we're just here with them guys trying to tweak them and get them all properly set up before we go to the TT. But no, they're working absolutely perfect. Everything seems to be gelling quite well. I mean, we went out just then, I mean, the weather's pretty good, but we equalled the lap record, gone as fast as Dave's ever gone, so no, it's really good today.
I'm Mark Jeffries. I'm from Nitron Racing. I'm the workshop manager at the base. I'm here today at Jurby Airfield supporting Dave for his pre-TT sort of settings for the TT. It's been going really well. The fronts are working excellent. There's no problems there. I haven't touched the settings since the race from last weekend, which he won both races. The rear, we're having some slight problems, but nothing we can't adjust. We've reached a pretty good base setting, but there are some improvements to be had on the rear damper, which I'm going to be doing before the TT. So I'll be taking the unit back with me today for the necessary work to be carried out, and I can foresee a lap record being broken in 2 weeks' time.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Roy Tansley. I'm the Managing Director of ProShift Technologies Limited. We make predominantly semi-automatic gear shifters, but also what are known in the racing world as quick shifters. It's a new direction for us with the quick shifter, because generally, because of my previous injury losing my leg, I had to invent a gear shift to enable me to carry on racing, which I used to do relatively okay at the TT and other places. The technology has gone on a long way since then. We're now fitting to old Formula 1 cars, GT cars and so forth. The business has gone fairly towards the cars, purely because they understand paddle shift. But Dave's an old friend of mine and too fast rival, unfortunately. And I spoke to Dave about quick shifters and what he got, and he went through it, and we've designed something special for him that we've started to use in the racing car world, and it's what we call a closed loop gear shifter. So although manually operated, it monitors the position of the gear lever at all times, and it's computer controlled, the gear shift. So the gear shift time isn't fixed. The gear shift time is as long as it takes to get the gear, and we can squeeze the time either side of this to get the absolute optimum shift. Although we haven't got the data from Dave, we suspect that we're getting between 30 and 40 millisecond cuts, which is pretty much about twice as fast as a quick shifter we would think. And allied to that, the gear shift has what we call an auto blip downshifter, which we use a lot in the car world. And we're now putting it into the bike world because it gives you the perfect downshift blip every time, so the rider doesn't have to blip the throttle, it doesn't upset the bike under braking. And Dave's just told me he's able to downshift between corners where he's never been able to do that before, so I'm really pleased that there's certainly a benefit, a specific benefit in it. The way we monitor it is we use what's called a linear potentiometer, which is used quite a lot in Formula 1, and this unit has a 25mm travel. We attach that to the gear lever in a fixed position, and then the built-in computer, we can monitor and start the cut at a certain time, reinstate the ignition at a certain time. We can ramp the restore of the ignition to smooth it out in the lower gears, and equally with the blip, we can instate the blip earlier, later, move it around by using this linear pot. It basically has 25mm travel, and it gives 1,000 signals over that 25mm. So we've got a big parameter to adjust, and I think, to be honest, we're only sort of 70% into it. I think there's a bit more time to come out of it, another 30 or so percent I would suggest. But I'm pretty confident. I mean, spoke to the two, that they're very happy with it, and you know, Dave's won a lot of TTs and Pat's won a world championship. They know what they're doing, and they appear pretty blown away by it, which pleases me immensely, because all we want is to do our best for Dave and hopefully win a TT with him.